Hey guys, what we're going to talk about today is our meal plan and creating our meal plans. So for those of you joining in on the 8-week challenge, we're going to calculate our calories on our first nutrition seminar. However, if you want to get ahead, you can jump on the TDEE calculator online, and anyone else sitting at home, you can also jump on that and you'll calculate your calories specific to your goal. So for those of you wanting to do a cut, you'll be in a deficit for the period of the time you're doing that. So for those doing the challenge, we'll be doing it for 8 weeks. If you're doing a build, you'll be in a surplus of calories. Or we have our maintenance where you'll just maintain what you're doing and you can work on other goals specific to what you want. So our calories are broken down into our macros. So our carbs, our proteins, and our fats. And then there's an amount of those that are going to create our daily calories that we want to intake for every day of the week. So we're going to base this off if we had 1600 calories, we're doing a cut. So there's specific macros we need to meet. For this, we have 167 grams of protein, 48 grams of fat, and 125 grams of carbs. Now, listening to this bit very carefully, okay? So if we're doing a cut, we don't want to go over our calories because we're going to then gain weight because we're no longer in a deficit. So for every 1 gram of fat, it is 9 calories. So if you add an extra little bit of oil into your day or an extra little bit of avocado, and say you've added 10 grams of fat to your day, you've added an extra 90 calories to your total daily intake. So for every 1 gram of protein, it is 4 calories, and for every 1 gram of carbs, it's also 4 calories. So if we add in an extra 10 grams of chicken at lunch, because it's really only a tiny piece of chicken, you're adding an extra 40 calories. We add in an extra 10 grams of chicken at dinner, another 40 calories. And just say throughout the day, we pick on some oats or a biscuit or some bread, and we add an extra 50 grams of carbs to our day. That is a total of 200 calories. So if we've added all of those little bits and pieces and our calories for our cut is 1600, but we've added those extra grams, even though they're just a little bit, we've added over 300 calories to our day. So we are now sitting at 1970 calories, okay? So that's way more than what we want to take in our day. So we need to be really careful when we're eating our foods, we're preparing our foods, that we weigh everything to a T. It's really important, and I know it can seem like it's a little bit draining, but once you do it once, it just becomes a habit and you'll be able to do it really quickly. We'll be utilizing MyFitnessPal to track all of our food, so you'll be able to quickly enter in what you're having each day. And if you like having specific things, like you like having a coffee each day and you like having a chicken burrito for dinner every night, you can make that work in your calories, okay? So what I'm going to show you is a few different options for what you can have to swap out. So for example, for our breakfast, if you like having Weet-Bix, you can add in your Weet-Bix, no problems. Using MyFitnessPal, there's also a barcode, so you can find the barcode on the packet and scan that in, put in the amount that you're having, the exact amount that you're having, not that you're going over that, okay? So we want to put in 2 Weet-Bix or 4 Weet-Bix, and then we can add in, if you want a banana, add in a banana with your breakfast, and we can add in some honey, and then we want to make sure we add in our milk, okay? So milk just doesn't get to go by forgotten. You have to add in everything that you're taking in, okay? So Weet-Bix, Quick Oats is another excellent one for your breakfast. We can add in our bread, so you can have toast. Eggs are another example. So our eggs, we want to look at different options. So you can have a couple of eggs, however, look at other ways that you can put more volume into that food. So you might want to take the egg white option. So put in 1 egg and then put in a few grams of your egg whites to give it a little bit more volume instead of just having 4 eggs. What we also want to look at is our lunches and our dinners. So there's lots of different ways that we can add lots of volume to make sure that we're still eating lots, but we're just not overeating or eating foods that are really dense in calories. So for example, potatoes are a great option. However, you might want to pick something like our butternut pumpkin, because it is a little less in calories and you can have a bit more, okay? So looking at those options will allow you to add extra volume to your food. Another thing to look at is our prepackaged foods like our rice. So these have lots of preservatives in them and calories that we might not want to add into our day. So if you're in a cut and you don't have many calories, you want to make sure that we're using the best foods possible so that we can add a little bit of extra in. So going for your option of cooking your own rice will save you a few calories instead of having the pre-packaged ones, and it will save you a lot more money also. And then we're looking at our pastas. So there's lots of different alternatives for our pastas. This one is a favorite of mine because there is literally 58 calories in 50 grams of this. So that's a lot of weight to eat. It's very dense, but for 58 calories, that's nothing compared to your normal pastas that you would usually eat. And it still tastes fine because you add in a little bit of chicken and some sauce, and it's good to go. When we're looking at our desserts and our snacks, this is where everybody tends to crumble a little bit. There's lots of different options, okay? So there's plenty of sugar-free and healthier snacks like your pea and pinto bean chips. These ones are my favorite at the moment. And then if we're looking into the sugar-free parts, just be careful that we don't overeat in these additives because they may make you feel a little bit bloated. However, using our strawberry jams that are sugar-free, there's the new brown sugar alternative that is sugar-free, maple syrups. Myprotein have a fantastic golden syrup and maple syrup. They also have a fantastic barbecue sauce that you can utilize and add some extra volume and flavors into your foods. This one is a specific favorite of mine. So your caramelized white chocolate, hot chocolate to add in at night. 42 calories for one of those, which is nothing compared to your normal hot chocolate. When we're having this, I have it with water, so I don't have to add anything else in. However, if you're adding milk, you want to add in that little bit of milk and how much you have. Light jelly is also an excellent dessert option that you can have. And also Muscle Nation have the excellent custards, which you can add in a little bit of protein, okay? So we want to make sure that we're scanning everything in. Now, in saying that, there are lots of healthy alternatives for you to consume during the day. But at the end of the day, if you do just want to have a chocolate bar, add that into your MyFitnessPal, track it, make sure it works for the day, and you can have that, okay? So we don't want to be craving things and then pulling our diet apart and falling down during the challenge. We want to make sure that we maintain for those 8 weeks. So having a chocolate bar isn't going to kill you. You want to keep going through the challenge. Just track it and add it in. So for example, there's a creamy mousse, chocolate mousse that you can buy in Woolworths. For one serve, this is 63 calories for one serving of this. There are 4 servings in a packet, so make sure you're reading the packaging properly on the back, how many serves are in a packet, okay? But for one serve in this, 63 calories, it's full of everything that you would want to eat in a chocolate mousse. For 63 calories, it is not that bad. Remember, we're trying to meet our calories first, our proteins, fats, then our carbohydrates. Whereas when you're looking at a Protein Quest bar, it has over 200 calories. So yes, it may be the option that people will tell you to have because it seems to be healthier, but at the end of the day, for 200 calories, when you're craving chocolate, go something else that is less in calories, just like a chocolate bar. So you can still make that work. All right, guys, so we've calculated all our calories, we know our macro breakdown, we have put this all into MyFitnessPal, so now we're ready to track all our foods. We're tracking what we want to consume within a day. Now what I'm going to talk to you about is banking your calories. Okay, so we don't want to do this every single week, but however, if it's coming up to a week where you know you're going out with some friends and you're going to have a couple of drinks, this is how we're going to approach it. So you're having 1,600 calories a day for this cutting phase. What we want to do is Monday to Friday, we're just going to take off 100 calories each day for those 5 days. That's a total of 500 calories. We are in a deficit for the week. When it comes to Saturday, we're going out to dinner. We know we're going to have a glass of wine and we're going to have a burger. During the week, Friday afternoon or that Saturday morning, we're going to pop in what we're going to have. So we're going to grilled, we're going to add a burger in, and we're going to add a glass of wine in. Because we have those calories banked up and saved, ready to go, you can go over 500 calories that next day, okay? We do want to try and aim to have healthy whole foods, whole carbohydrates like our fruits. and nuts and types of foods. However, if you're going for the burger, you've saved the calories. Remember, we're trying to hit those calories first. You've got those 500 extra, okay? So you can have 2100 calories on that Saturday. As soon as that's over though, come Sunday morning, we're back to that 1600, okay? We don't ever want to be saving more than 200-300 calories a day, because that means we're eating less than 1300 calories in a day. If you're only eating less than 1000 calories in a day, it is not worth it. Your body is going to adapt to that. You are no longer going to be in you will be in a deficit, but your body is going to adapt to that, and your metabolic adaptation is going to occur, and your body is going to stop. Okay, we want to make sure that we're still eating enough food every day. Come the weekend, we can have that little bit extra, then back to our normal routine Monday to Friday. We do not want to do this every weekend, okay? We don't want to be starving ourselves Monday to Friday. Come the weekend, we're having McDonald's, we're having KFC, we're having Indian. It doesn't matter what it is unhealthy for our bodies, okay? So we want to save it. Yes, go out and have a drink if you want to, have a splurge meal, but make sure we've done it the correct way, okay? So this way it's maintainable and we can achieve long-term goals from doing this, okay? All right, guys, thank you very much for listening. I hope that I've helped you. If you have any questions and you are partaking in the challenge, feel free to send me messages. We're going to work together during that nutrition seminar to work out our calories and our meal plans, okay? So I will help you do all of that. We'll get ready to start that 8-week challenge. If you're not attending that seminar, I'll give you a how-to guide on how to do all of this. So if you have any questions, make sure you're sending me them through Instagram or via our Facebook group. If not, I hope you've enjoyed today and you've learned something, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.